Whew, yes. How y'all doing, man? I never started off a video saying how y'all doing. Check this out. Pick puppy, show puppy, all this puppy talk, right? This is the reality on the puppy talk. And I've come to realize through trial and error that the American bully world does not respect this. But, you will deal with breeders, you know what I mean? And the first thing that, most people will talk about is, of course, they don't want a pet, they want a breedable, showable dog. Now, it's a sort of a dilemma, because when you're getting a puppy, a couple things happen. Most times, if you want to get in on a litter, most breeders are going to be like, hey, get on the waiting list or make a deposit. Now, when you make that deposit, most breeders are going to tell you, well, damn near all breeders are going to tell you it's transferable but not refundable. And at this point in time, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision on, do I have the patience? You know what I mean? And sometimes it's going to take an incredible amount of patience or not. Because sometimes you can just wait for a puppy. You know what I mean? You can just wait for a particular puppy. And, you can just wait, and if somebody happens to have a particular puppy available, go ahead and just buy that particular puppy if you don't have the patience to wait. Like I've told y'all many times, I've waited a very long time on a few of my dogs, but it was necessary because of the quality I wanted. Now, if a breeder can promise you a show dog, a breeder can promise you great quality and all of this stuff, and the litter hasn't even been born, but he's going to tell you that every pick is going to be a great pick and all that, you really seriously have to question what this person is talking about, because most litters will only have a few show dogs in there. The good litters will have 4 or 5. Now that's the real good litters. But most litters will, as you talk about breedable, show quality dogs, most of them are only going to have the first couple picks that are going to be top notch breedable dogs. And when you are blessed that you have these litters, that they are all there or whatever, typically what you want to do is you want to make sure that as a breeder, you want to make sure that you're sending a person a puppy that they're going to be proud of. One of the reasons why I stopped advertising puppies is because, for one, I was backed up, and when I do put them out, I put out hits. But at the same time, I started to realize that my moral compass as far as where dogs go and what I was thinking about doing with the dogs is different from other people. If I don't think that it's a show quality dog, I'm not going to sell you a dog and give you the papers and do all this different stuff, and you get the dog, you know what I mean, and you're breeding a bad dog, and it still has my name on it. So typically, this is why when you go to the Hall of Fame Bullies page on Facebook, or you're on my Instagram, True American Bully, and you see the dogs that I put up, and these are dogs that I sold people, a lot of y'all be like, damn, you got a lot. It's all show quality dogs, because this is what we try to put out. It's not that every dog we produce is the best dog ever. We got some pet quality dogs, but we use our eyes and our discretion. And if the dog is not going to match up, if it's something that we're not confident is going to turn out to be something that represents us well, we won't deal with the dog. It's just that plain and simple. We'll get it to a pet home and it's cool. If it's something very, very bad, we'll put the dogs down. So as a buyer, you have to understand this, that, quantity, everybody says that they don't like a puppy miller. I don't deal with them puppy mills. Well, you don't deal with puppy mills. You want a high quality dog. I'm going to tell you something. If you don't deal with puppy mills, somebody who's putting out 50 million litters a year, and you want a quality dog, have patience, or just wait till the puppy is right in front of you. Because, even in the best of situations, when you talk to certain people, they always talk about, well, I bought it from a very good breeder, but I just hate the dog. Sometimes it's like that because of just rushing. Every breeder is not the same. Every breeder is not going, sometimes they think about the $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 that they can get from you, more so than saying, hey, this is a pet quality dog. If you want to breed it, I can't sell it to you. Be very, very discretionary in what you're buying. Don't be in such a huge rush. If you're in a huge rush, wait and be like, hey, you got any puppies for sale? You got any puppies for sale? You know what I mean? Is it anything available? In these scenarios, most times, especially if it's a bigger name breeder, they're not going to have their top dogs. As far as puppies just sitting around and they're showing you, oh, look at this, look at that, you know what I mean? So, I'm telling y'all this, man, be patient, because I've seen people buy 5 or 6 dogs trying to get that one dog, you know what I mean? Sometimes if you would have just waited out and you would have got a high pick off of a good litter, you would have had the opportunity to get you a good dog. Don't be in such a rush. I've talked to so many people, I've mentored people on this topic, and I'm telling you, you know, it's sad because in some cases these dogs end up homeless, you know, at the shelter or something because people get frustrated. In other cases, you got people who get discouraged with the breed because they're like, man, I spent good money and I can't get a good dog and this, that, and the other. Well, you know, the one thing that we can't buy, you know, on this thing is time, you know. And the best thing that you can do, man, is keep it in perspective that, hey, I'm gonna plan ahead. This thing might take me 6 months. It might take me a year. It literally took me 2 years, you know, but I had a program to get one dog, well over 2 years actually. But sometimes, you know what I mean, good planning and whatever is a must. You know, if you're a person with no dogs and you just in a rush, you might just want to wait till the dog is on the ground. That way you're happy with what your purchase is right then. And especially if you're not a breeder and you don't care about breeding, it's going to be plenty of puppies that you can look at right then, look at their parents and be like, oh, I'll buy that right now. But if you're doing the planning ahead to buy a dog as far as whatever for your program, plan ahead, be prepared, like, okay, this might take a second or it might happen for me instantly, but either way, I'm going to get the quality that I'm looking for, not just anything to fit my time frame.